Okay, in this video we are going to learn how to create a report with the list option. We have created a report with a tabular control. This time we are going to create a report with a list, and we are going to create a report without using report wizard, as the report wizard doesn't allow us anyway to create the report with the list. So just shoot up your Visual Studio 2008 Professionals onwards and go and select the file new project. Go to the file option and select the new project, and we are looking at the new project to be coming up. Now basically the list is just a different way of showing up the report. In case if somebody wants to look at with the list view, we are going to look at with the list. Click new, go to the project. Okay, we are again not going to go to the business. See that the business intelligence is highlighted. Go to the reports server project. Now remember, you need to name this when you are in the production. I'll leave it as it is right now because this is just for the demo purpose, and I'm going to click OK, and we are going to be close. Okay, I want to save it. If there was a project that was already open, so but actually now I am going to use a list box, and we are going to look into the more of the details in the list. As you see, the things are not that difficult to create a report with a list, as you will be seeing it. This is a matter of some experience and some skills that you have to get used to it. Okay, there it is. As you can see, I have started a new project. There is a solution explorer that says the report project shared data source report is here. Well, good enough. Now I can go to the project and I can say add new item. Now here is a report that will add a blank report to my project, and then I can build on that thing. As you see, this report has added. I can make it a little bit, drag this thing to the bigger size if I want. In this way, in this video, we will like to keep it small and sweet, but the principle is the same for building up any report if you want, however big or small you want. Let's keep things simple so that the basic idea is to learn and explore things. Let's resize this thing. There we are. As you can see, I have resized this thing, the report layout where the things are going to come up. Now the basic idea is I am going to drag the list box on this report. Basically what happens is when I drag the list box on this report, it will ask for the dataset properties, and you will see you have to put the details into here. If you don't have any data source, you can go and select a new. Once you select a new, it will ask for the Microsoft SQL Server, what data source you want. Again, I have to add a connect string, or I can go and select edit. In my case, I am going to select the edit option. Here again, I am going to select the 11/11/2009 SQL Server, and then I am going to select this time the Northwind database, or you can select the pubs. Maybe we will go and select the pubs only to be consistent with the I like to be consistent, and this is how it is. Now that we are selected, we can go and click the query designer. Basically, the idea is to, okay, here we are, and now we can add a table by clicking the add table option. Once I click here, it will show the list of the tables, and I can click any one. Maybe this time I'm going to select the publisher, and I'm going to just click add. Now what happens is that when you are creating a list report, you don't have that option of having the column name. You have to drag the column name, you have to put the text for that column, the heading onto the list, and you have to do it each one of them. Okay, we will actually cross the bridge when it comes. In this case, actually we are going to close this thing, and I'm going to just say select star, and I'm going to run this thing, the query. But naturally I know what's going to come up. It has selected all the columns. That is what it means. Selecting the star, and once the output is shown, actually I need not have actually run this command, but anyway, now what you see at the right hand side, the AZ descending, okay, till the time the query comes up. This is for the sorting ascending, this is for sorting descending, and this is where we can put the sort type, and this is to verify the SQL code. If you are actually cutting and pasting the SQL code from the outside, now you can see there aren't many records in this case. In the publisher tables, it is only showing up 8. But in our case, it will suffice us because we are not looking for any data to be drilled down or something like that. In this case, we are going to only look for the list, creating a list one, and we are going to click on OK, and we are going to the next screen to look into more details. This will show up the SQL code here in the box, and I am going to click OK again. These are other things I am going to leave as it is in this report. I am going to click OK. Now you see that this box has come up. I have to resize this box before actually doing anything else. Basically I will click the thing, okay, I have clicked on the left side of the corner, and I have actually dragged this thing a little bit down. Again I have to do the same thing, remember, the left side of the corner, otherwise these points don't appear, and you have to drag this thing. Okay, now I have this details here. Now I can go to the data source. I can look into the data source. As you can see, once I go and click on the data source, it will show up some fields from the publisher tables. As you can see now that there are some of the publisher ID, publisher name, city, state code, that is what is there. I can click and drag it to the list box 1. I can say drag it to the publisher name here. I can drag it and it will align automatically, as you can see. Just click it and drag it. There it is. Again you can drag the city one. Here it is. Again, if you see, it's very easy. I have got it aligned to the city. Now I can drag this straight to the other side here, and there we have the state and the country to be dragged here. Now that we have this thing, so far so good. Now if I want, I can view the rulers also. I hope there is a ruler here somewhere that allows me to view, design view preview. Here it is, a ruler is there. Okay, now that I have got it, this thing is done clearly. Now I can drag this thing upwards. Okay, I'll just drag this thing and I'll just get it corrected. Now that we have this thing here, now what we are going to do is to go to the toolbox and drag the text box to the top of the screen. Okay, to the left first we'll put the text here. Then I am going to copy this blank text, Control C, Control V. Okay, again Control V, Control V, Control V. Now that I have all these, okay, now I can move this thing here, and then I can retype the text whatever I want. As you can see that I am trying to drag it. Okay, I am going to delete that thing, Control V. Okay, and I am going to take that thing here. Okay, it's giving me a problem. Here we are, and once more, and we will be having the lost one to go there. Now I can type the text here inside this box. In this case it will be publisher ID, and I will put all the text and we will come back to it. Okay, now that I have added all the text here, as you can see, we can go and take a preview and see how we have created the list box, and you can see that it is showing up the details as it is, but there is a problem that is running. I want one record per page. I do not want this thing to be looking this way, so I have to get that thing rectified. I will do that thing, but first I have to format this thing so that it looks good. I am going to select this fields with the control click, and I am going to select bold in this case, and once I select the bold, as you will see, they have got. Now I am going to insert a header, so I am going to go right click, insert page header, and I am going to put a text there, a text box. Definitely I am going to drag to the other end, and I am going to say justify center, and then only I am going to type whatever I want. Maybe in this case I will say publisher reports, and then I can format the text to the Okay, there it is, publisher reports. I am going to make it this thing big, a little bit more, having a font size bigger. As you can see, I could have selected this text box, okay, and I could have said a little bigger size, solid black Arial. I can change the font, I can select the text, right click it, text properties. So I go to the text properties, I can go to the font. In this case I am going to just increase the size, maybe 28, and I'm going to click OK. Once I click OK, I will be back to the screen with the bigger this thing. Okay, bigger font has come up. Now so far so good. Now the only thing is that I wanted it, as I told you, I can save this report by the Control S, or I can click on the icon. Now the only thing is that I wanted it one record per page. So how do I do it? I go and right click on this, and I can go and say the body properties, that is the list box. That's come, something has gone wrong. Just we'll go to the again and do it. Cancel it. Okay, here it is, rectangle properties. Okay, add a page break after, and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to say preview. The report is getting generated. You see publisher report. Okay, let's go to the next page. Again you can see this is how you add a page break. Now you can see that it's being published. So far so good. Now one more thing we are going to add is an image. Now how do we add an image? Now take for instance, here is our solution explorer. We can have an image imported into this thing, or we can actually create a before only, or we can import the image at the end. In this case I am going to put an image from this side. Here it is. Okay, as you will be seeing, that I want to put an image here. So I am going to just say, so this is just a, okay, here is the image, and it will ask for the properties and where the image is. It will say import. Where do you import it from? I am going to select that folder that has report BMP, and I am going to click OK. This is just a image I have created for this project only, to actually show it to you how to put an image. It contains the word reports, and there it is. As you can see, I have got the image into the report. Okay, I can move this thing, I can resize the image if I want, and that it is. Save it and preview it. Now that we have got everything clarified with this thing, list view. Okay, I will just end this thing here. As you can see, we have already done the reporting with the list preview, adding the heading, adding the image. Of course there are many other images property that we will have to look in some other videos, like picking up the image from the database, and an external image like you picking up from the URL. In this case we will just stop it here and continue in the next video. Thanks for watching.